Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back to the second part of the daily readings of Srila Prabhupada's books today, Madhya-lila 168. Sorry about that. I just had to take that call from Vaisheshika Prabhu and tell him that I would call him right after the reading, but somehow or other we got cut off. The last time we did that, we did not get cut off, but somehow or other we were cut off. So I'm on the purport to text 220, and I couldn't stop this reading because this is just too important and too nectarian, and it would disconnect. Plus I want to hear from you. Text 220, purport. I'll read the verse again. In accordance with the instructions of Sri Caitanya Mahäprabhu, the two brothers, Rupa and Sanatan, immediately touched the lotus feet of these Vaishnavas, who all became very happy and congratulated the two brothers for having received the mercy of the Lord. Purport. This behavior is indicative of real Vaishnavas. When they saw that Rupa and Sanatan were fortunate enough to receive the mercy of the Lord, they were so pleased that they all congratulated the two brothers. A jealous person in the dress of a Vaishnava is not at all happy to see the success of another Vaishnava in receiving the Lord's mercy. Unfortunately, in this age of Kali, there are many mundane persons in the dress of Vaishnavas, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has described them as disciples of Kali. He says, Kali Chela. He indicates that there is another Vaishnava, a pseudo-Vaishnava, with tilak on his nose and kanti beads around his neck. Such a pseudo-Vaishnava associates with money and women and is jealous of successful Vaishnavas. Although passing for a Vaishnava, his only business is earning money in the dress of a Vaishnava. Bhaktivinoda Thakur therefore says that such a pseudo-Vaishnava is not a Vaishnava at all, but a disciple of Kali Yuga. A disciple of Kali cannot become an Acharya by the decision of some high court. Mundane votes have no jurisdiction to elect a Vaishnava Acharya. A Vaishnava Acharya is self-effulgent, and there is no need for any court judgment. A false Acharya may try to override a Vaishnava by a high court decision, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that he is nothing but a disciple of Kali Yuga. Text 221. After begging the permission of all the Vaishnavas present, the two brothers, at the time of their departure, humbly submitted something at the lotus feet of the Lord. Text 222. They said, Dear Lord, although the King of Bengal, Nawab Hussain Shah, is very respectful toward you, you have no other business here. Kindly depart from this place. Text 223. Although the king is respectful toward you, he still belongs to the Yavana class and should not be believed. We think that there is no need for such a great crowd to accompany you on your pilgrimage to Vrindavan. 224. Dear Lord, you are going to Vrindavan with hundreds and thousands of people following you, and this is not a fitting way to go on a pilgrimage. Purport. Sometimes for business purposes, large crowds of men are taken to different places of pilgrimage, and money is collected from them. That is a very lucrative business, but Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis, expressing their opinion in the presence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, disapproved of such crowded pilgrimages. Actually, when Lord Chaitanya visited Vrindavan, he visited it alone and accepted a servant only at his devotees' request. He never visited Vrindavan with crowds of people for a commercial purpose. although, this is text 226, although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Sri Krishna himself, the Supreme Lord, and was therefore not at all fearful, he still acted like a human being to teach neophytes how to act. 226. Having spoken thus, the two brothers offered prayers to the lotus feet of the Lord and returned to their homes. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then desired to leave that village. And we'll stop our reading there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Srila Sanatana Goswami ki jai. Gaur Premanandi Hare Hare. What a wonderful pastime. The first meeting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis. Hare Krishna. Okay, that's the end of our reading for tonight. I want to hear what you have to reflect. I'm going to keep my reflection short tonight because that was a very important meeting, or call rather, from Vaisheshika Prabhu, my best friend. And we have important things to speak about. So, who's first up? The ball is in your court. Hare Krishna.
This is from Vilasini Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Vilasini Devi Dasi. From New Mayapur? I think so.
West Virginia.
Yes, New Vrindavan, I'm sorry. New Vrindavan.
She says, Hare Krishna Maharaj, I'm on my lunch break listening with some coworkers. The nectar of the Caitanya-caritämrta.
Well, that's wonderful news.
They don't understand much, but I know they're doing some kind of advancement just by listening to the message of the Caitanya-caritämrta coming from your lotus mouth.
Thank you so much.
We work in a hospital here in Wheeling, West Virginia. Thank you, Maharaj.
The Caitanya-caritämrta being heard in a hospital at a time like this in the COVID crisis. What a wonderful news you gave us. Thank you so much. It's very encouraging how the Caitanya-caritämrta is going everywhere. Thank you, Vilasini Devi Dasi. And thank you for your bold preaching to get your friends to hear the Caitanya-caritämrta. That's wonderful. And please give them all my affectionate greetings. And congratulations to them for risking their lives to help other people. It is such a glorious service. Okay, if that's all, I will sign off for tonight. Whoops, we have Abaya's getting a little pout on his face, like he wants to keep going. Is there someone else?
Oh, no, but she says they're listening. They say thank you.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna, and all glories to your service to humanity. And we hope that this is making you eligible to hear the absolute truth from the books of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, spreading the knowledge of the purpose of life, the goal of life, to go back to the spiritual world, where we no longer have material bodies, that are subjected to disease. And all we can do is play with Krishna and Krishna's eternal associates happily, forever. Hare Krishna.
And there's something from Doyo Nitai, Prabhu.
Haribol Doyanatai.
He says, what would be a bulldozer treatment to kick out envious tendencies from the mind and heart? Your servant, Doyo Nitai Das.
Oh, Dayanitai, you're so humble yourself. Your words are always full of humility. I feel like replying to you like Lord Chaitanya replied to Rupa and Sanatan. You know, your humility is breaking my heart. You know, there isn't anything more powerful than the Hare Krishna mantra. I will read a verse from you, for you, Prabhupada, Lila, Prabhupada.
Small book?
No, Prabhupada's verse book.
Oh.
The Prabhupada verse book. Yeah. I just happen to have it open right to the place. This is the verse. Namaparada yuktanam namanyeva hadantyagam avishanti prayuktani tanyevarti karani cha. The chanting of Hare Krishna is recommended for persons who commit offenses, because if they continue chanting, they will gradually chant offenselessly. Even if in the beginning one chants the Hare Krishna mantra with offenses, one will become free from such offenses by chanting again and again. So my humble submission to you, my dear Dayal Nitai Prabhu, is to keep on chanting Hare Krishna. There is no more powerful way to relieve yourself of whatever you think position you're in.
Shantarupa Devi Dasi just said a small comment.
Who?
Shantarupa.
Shantarupa.
She says, struggling with envy I am, with an upside down smiley face.
Listen, Shantarupa Devi Dasi, every single person in the material world struggles with envy. Because Prabhupada told us, everyone in the material world is envious of everyone else. It's a very, very rare person who becomes free from envy in this material world. So the fact that you can say that is evidence in itself that you are not envious, actually. You sometimes may have negative feelings by bad habits that you have from being raised the way you were in this world. But envious people don't admit that they're envious, frankly. There's a saying, I heard Prabhupada say it. He said, when a good person does something bad, he feels bad. And when a bad person does something bad, he feels good. So you are a good person by Prabhupada's calculation. So just continue to chant Hare Krishna and your envy will fly far away from you. Hare Krishna. And with that, I'm going to end today's readings. I have to get back to my phone call to Vaisheshika Prabhu. Thank you all for joining in these readings. I pray that you all have auspicious day. These 2 weeks are auspicious. The Janmashtami is coming up. Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja is coming up just in a couple of weeks. So I pray that your life becomes auspicious by glorifying the holy name more and more. Sri Caitanya-caritämrta ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. See you tomorrow, same time, same place, same station. Hare Krishna.